What's going on, guys? I'm Dobry and this is the police. So in this video I will try to show you why this game does not deliver, in my opinion. Good news is there are a number of things to like about this game. So this game has a great story for the better part. It has great police management. It also has investigations. You get to piece together a story and then go arrest the suspects. This is so cool. You get to see how many crimes you've solved, how many crimes you've prevented, how many people have died in the line of duty, and so on and so forth. Up to a point. Because at one point the game says, we did well so far, now screw you, let's do whatever we feel like. And I will try to show you how. So let me just load the game. I'm towards the end, so I'm trying not to spoil so much for you, even though some spoilers will be necessary in order to prove my points. But so at the beginning of each day, you will be given some things to read and feel cool about, and so on and so forth. And you'll have your snitch who will tell you how everyone feels about you, and you will have to roam. At least in the late game. In the early game, yeah. But first things first. This is the police management. So this guy did not come to work today. I can totally fire him and hire someone else. And then this guy wants to go to the theater today because there's his favorite actor there. So if I let him go, he will not be available. And he's a good guy. No. And Odin Beard. This is the beard of Odin. Yeah. Was reading and so on and so forth, and he wants to keep reading. Holy shit. City officials want to demolish my house because of some bureaucratic error and so on and so forth. At least this excuse is creative. So, okay. They say it's going to rain today and I have a very weak immune system. No! Okay. So yeah, this is the start of the day. Stuff that you need to deal with. There will always be people who will be slacking and so on and so forth, but there will also be cool things that will happen. You'll be solving cool cases. You'll be dealing with so many things, which is really, really, really amazing. And this is the game that allows you to do it, and this is the strength of the game. It feels engaging. It feels good. Now, for example, I would like to award this stripe to Grant because she's very professional, and look just how she was compared to the other professionals. She was lower ranked, and I don't want to have that. I want her to be a higher rank because she deserves it. She solved so many cases. It made me feel engaged. It made me like every single one of my subordinates. And then the rest came. This is the city map. It's cool. There's stuff happening. There are investigations, like, for example, this one here. I have a missing person, and I have a detective on it, and I get a number of frames. And by reading all those things that happen here, I need to piece together what happened. So by solving that thing, I get to do something else. There will be new icons on the map. So first things first, for example, if I think that this guy is at Eddie's Burgers, I can go arrest him, the guy that is responsible for the missing person. But then again, my lead detective is not here, so I'd rather not. But there are stuff happening on the map the whole time. The descriptions are good. They can let you know whether you should send people or not, and so on and so forth. This is the bread and butter of the game, and it delivers. It is really, 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 really cool. You have crimes, you have investigations, you have everything. And it feels good to solve those. So, Why do I want to give the thumbs down to this game then? Why do I want to say that it's not worth the buy? Look, you have all the beginnings of a great police game. And there's more. There's even more. There's a great story. For the most part, I love detective stories that put the protagonist up the wall, and when he actually managed to regain just a little bit of control, the game grabs him and pushes him higher up the wall. Like, for example, Arrow Season 2 or 4 or whatever it was, where everything looked lost. I love such games. And it happens here. And you're biting your nails, you want to see the good guys win, and so on and so forth. Yeah, if I say something more, it will be a spoiler. But suffice it to say, it will not turn up the way that you want to turn up it, that you want it to be. And this is the first sin of the game. It plays on the feelings of the player. It makes you do cool stuff and so on and so forth just to tell you middle finger. Not gonna happen. You see, I'm Lord Middle Fingers. You see, I have 5 middle fingers. You can have all of them. Yeah, and why? Because the ending is terrible. No matter what you did in the 180 days of this game does not matter. In those 180 days, which have so much potential, given a total of 3 choices. And no matter what you choose, you're going to get the very same ending. This is a huge, huge sin of this game. How can you put us in the boots of Jim Gordon, for example, who's a great commissioner and a great police chief, and is the person who actually deals with the mafia? And in some of the situations, you actually feel like you need to do it in order to save the city and in order to save people and so on and so forth. And you feel like you're playing this great chief that will eventually get the upper hand on the mafia and so on and so forth. And you do. And you do. You can take down the whole mafia by yourself. Why? Just to get screwed by the ending. You do so many things. You get to vouch for a mayor. You can even flip your officers' ideas. At one point I have spent a lot of money just to get one person selected and elected. Why? To not matter. That's why. The game gives you so much, and in the end puts the big red X on top of it and says, that don't matter, yo. That don't matter. What you did don't matter. Yep, because I say so. Yeah. So you go run into that corner and just go cry. Yeah, cry boy. Cry boy. That's the next sin of the game. Whatever you do, whatever you feel, whatever happens, that does not matter. Okay, let's get real here. I can totally understand that this game represents real life and how the police is tied to the mafia and to the city hall, and how the police is also a tool for those things to happen. But this is also a game. A game is a work of fiction. And while I'm perfectly okay with the developers deciding that a work of fiction can actually represent real life, I have a certain problem with it. If I want to live my real life, I'm going to live my real life and be faced with the exact same things that you are actually showing me in this game. Yep. Yeah. This can actually turn into a huge debate because of how games need to be and what are the freedoms of the developers and so on and so forth. But let's just not go down that road. Let's just keep on explaining why, for me, this game does not deliver. I will tell you the last and final sin for me when it comes to This Is the Police. Towards the 100 and something or so, I started getting a feeling because I myself have written a number of stories and I kind of know how writers think. And the thing is, as I was playing a game, that feeling got stronger. And after a while, I could predict the ending. And I was hoping and praying this is not going to be the ending that I predicted. And then it happened. It happened. The game made me feel like I wanted to be the most corrupt and the shittiest police chief possible. This is how I felt towards the end of the game. Because first, I was trying to solve as many things as possible. I was even replaying days to do so. I was replaying whole weeks in order to do so. And I was happy to see how my uh, crimes solved was such a huge number and how my crimes failed was such a low number. And at one point, it stopped mattering. Why? It's just stopped to matter. Why? Because I could not even access that menu anymore. Just forget about what's happening on the screen. Let me just try and show you how many things have I solved and how many things have I failed. Okay, this not here. This not here. Those are different things. This is like the church. This is something else. Investigations, archive, no archived cases, no. Assault, that's something different. Songs, I don't want to play a song. Where are my cases solved? Nowhere. Because they are in the deputy section. And I will let you guess where my deputy is right now. I cannot even tell you right now, towards the end of the game, just how many crimes have I solved. I cannot even get my bragging rights about it. I cannot say I solved 500 crimes, I'm so cool, I'm such a good police chief. No. No. Towards the end of the game, I felt like I wanted to be the most corrupt policeman possible. And honestly, is that the message this game is trying to give me? That I need to be a corrupt cop? Aren't all the cartoons and things of fiction actually try to promote a positive mindset in order to spur the young ones to say, yeah, I want to be a good guy, I want to be a good cop, I want to be a good person? Aren't we trying to be good people in general? Because the world is shit. And we all know it, because we all live in it. In my case, I do not need a game to tell me that the world is shit. I know it. I'm old enough to know it. And the thing is, I have spent 27 hours in game in order to try to explore multiple options and just see if I'm wrong. And it just didn't happen. I was forced into a game that made me care absolutely zero about my police officers. And I wanted to make them good. Look, 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 look. See this guy? This is Sips, the YouTuber. He's in the game. Look, there he is. I'll give you the info. I made sure that he gets into the squad. I made sure that he solves good crimes. I uplifted him. He solved 72 and failed 2. He did awesomely. He started at like 120 or 150 or something like this. And he's an excellent officer right now. I was so attached to all of my officers just to realize that it was for nothing. And that's why I don't like This Is the Police. Everything that I did in the past 27 hours was for nothing. And this is my problem with the game. And this is why I'm giving this game the thumbs down. And this is why I think it is not worth the buy. If you spent so much time and if you felt like you didn't do anything good, then this is not a good game. And this is it from me. I will see you guys in another video. And until then, take care and don't play this game. At least in my opinion. Goodbye.